And for our last short video of the day, today, what day is it? Let me remember. We just had our lovely portal and it's a new moon. So there you go. I forgot. Let me put it, I'll make sure to new moon. So we're integrating mystic and pseudoscience lady here, woo lady. Okay, so what I mean is my mystic community, channeling guidance, because see, guidance, once you are in oneness with the sphere of energy, so you're beyond spirituality, which is what a 5D mystic is, because we will have had a disruption to break out of 4D. We will know that it's happening when it's happening. I've shared that one before, and we will not be confused. We will not feel lost. We will not be angry or in a way of excruciatingly, painfully, any of it, because a 5D body type has the ability to sit with their emotions. And on that note, I was mentioning a study that I did not finish, so I'm going to do that one first. I don't remember the name of the people, but it's a group that came out with this finding in Holland. It's regarding genetics, and so that's the field. And the meta-analysis that they looked at showed that our neurotransmitters have these things called alleles. I wrote A-L-L-E-A-L-S, but it might be totally wrong. Okay, and I'm still needing to revisit the study's findings again. However, it made sense to my brain. So hopefully, again, I'm going to do my best. This is from my course with Daniel Siegel. It's on disorganized attachment and dissociative identity disorder. And in fact, here's where I love what the woman, I forget her name, who did have DID, she's healed from it. And it's thanks to having been a patient with Daniel. She's now a therapist. I forget how many years, all of the story. That's, my brain doesn't work well with data, but she says something that I've personally resonated my entire life with, which is no one needs fixing. And people need to know, this is why she participates in the course, because she's sharing her story. And she participates not only because there are therapists out there who don't believe that DID is real. There are people who present to people, this is made up. And I've met individuals who will say, no, that this doesn't exist. No big deal that they have moments where they go blank. Their assholishness is their assholishness. Like, they actually human beings, and I respect my time and another person's time. So because an adult will not have anything to prove, I'm not going to try and convince you. See, adaptive children with egoically broken-hearted 3-year-olds, they don't know how to harness any emotional string. So they are getting into little competition dances, which reminded me of teenage energy. Is why I keep calling them teenagers. Because it's teenagerish to be like, no, but it's with your 3-year-old and they don't know the 3 years. Remember, it's because our first 3 years of life are all implicit memory. So it's charges and it's emotions and sensations, and they come up if you become your adult version. And here's where, so back to this study before I forget again. So these alleles that are on certain neurotransmitters, they help us to process whatever we experience, something like that. So long story short, though, he concludes with showing that the study reveals if you have a way to feel deeper, that actually means you're more resilient. And that's probably because your nervous system is going to handle a lot more emotion. And so as a person who feels deeply, I was like, it's interesting. Okay, and as they were both talking about, because her question was, why did I get the opportunity to have a brain that protected me? Because see, DID in her case, and I think in all people's cases actually, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on any of this, because again, pseudoscience lady, because I do fuck up information. Besides bringing together spirituality, I'm okay with that, but I'm trying to share information with a group of people who are curious and interested. This is why adults, not the ones that tell me how to do it. No, I don't do tell you. I support you. You're on the go, motivated to be yourself. Okay, so here, before we also continue, unconditionally loving yourself with flaws and imperfections and that no one needs fixing. However, enlightenment on attachment and trauma and the restoration of the whole self, which is called also restorative embodied self, this is what we get to enlighten on. All of my IHP community with the mystic Claire stuff, because it's awesome, but it's awesome in a 5D plane, not the 4D plane. They are human suffering bit. And again, I don't want to create categories, but they are spitting their projection out into the world again and again and again. And so, you know what? Here's the deal. A whole 3-year-old heart doesn't have shit to say about people or human suffering because we can handle our emotions. Now, maybe I got lucky with the ALL sting. I can feel deep. I have resilience. Cool beans, okay? Those who have a challenge, there's good therapists. Which is why if they learn about their attachment category, they can say, hey, hon, I'm an anxious attachment person, so I'm not knowing how to self-regulate yet. Can we go to good therapy together and work it out? Or anyways, I'm going to try and learn my pattern and we can work it out. We can work it out. Okay, or the avoidant or the disorganized. Once a person has an understanding, okay, this is why I feel how I feel. So when people say, I don't know how I feel, when they say, I feel guilty, I feel ashamed, these are all aspects that as a trauma and somatic informed person, I'm now aware of. I support, again, people with personal development, but as Patrick Tiahan points out, it's different when you have unresolved trauma. What does that mean? It means that you understanding the psych education is important. And since I'm not a therapist and I don't plan on being one, whatever comes out of my mouth is an asshole that's speaking, which is okay with me because I know that there's the good ones out there. That's why I distribute the information the way I do. The Claire land, it's because Claire land is imagination land. And guess what? Every one of us is a channel. And for my woo-woo people, they will know, okay, I want 5D mystic land because they're not going to be wanting to be in the drama land of what is evil, devil, demons. I mean, even here, the twin flame thing, there's people now saying, don't meet your twin flame. You'll never be with your twin flame. It's like, okay, you're still processing probably your twin flame. And you don't understand trauma bonding and the difference between a twin flame and trauma bonding. So, you don't even know apparently your own attachment style yet, because if you did, you wouldn't be all over the place with any type of romantic, platonic, or whatever you want to use for relationship words, okay? Because again, solo poly here. So I don't do you're a label. No, there's no labels, non-hierarchical, and anarchy in relationships, because giving you a label is going to diminish your own value. You are unique. You and I are different people. By the way, this is the part. Me using my time with a person who I care about to meet their family, to meet their friends, whatever it is, it's never a waste of time. Even when we will fight, it won't be a waste of time. That psychologist I mentioned in a short, I am speechless. I am doing my best in my head right now to just say it's not important. Shiva, thank you. Kali, stay down. My teenage self. Krishna, Leela, come in. Let's have fun with the group of people. But I have no words. In general, once I became an official adult, I began to be able to speak up more and more and more. Then I became educated with my bachelor's and master's. And the certificates, I don't care to throw them anywhere because they mean nothing. When I see people that use the word smart, I have to look away. The minute that their emotional strings are of a 3-year-old broken heart. And today I can say why I know that it's attachment wounds and trauma wounds, and it's something that needs a person who understands I'm a human. I want to be a beautiful, emotional human because that's what is part of my journey. The ones in 4D, no, ego death. Okay, you obviously didn't get the ALLs or whatever. I'm so sorry. And then there's maybe some other shit going on. Okay, how about instead of saying, I don't know how I feel, you go and look into, again, good therapy. People consistently rebut and refute when I talk to them about trauma and somatic informed. They'll come for the Akashic records. They'll come for tarot. They'll come for Reiki. They'll come for the stuff that has them feel good. Thank you, Patrick Tiahan. And as he says, feel good don't last. Your behavior, your triggers. They don't care to understand this. And then when you explain to them the exercises, oh, well, no, that sounds too hard. Okay. Okay, yeah, you know what? Never mind. Just keep doing your shame cycle. But please, and I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm saying, please stop with the human suffering bit. Because the ones who really need help, one, they're in those doors. The ones who don't, they're crapping on all humanity for no other reason except for not handling their 3-year-old. So one, let's help the people who want to move into their wholeness, unconditionally love, be compassionate, and nobody can dictate anything with energy, FYI.